Hey everyone, Spencer here with SB Mowing, and I started a GoFundMe a couple months ago that raised almost $1 million for an amazing lady named Beth. Well, we spent the past couple months going through the process of getting the money for her, and I wanted to bring you all along on this update to show you what we've been up to. Hey Beth, how's it going? It's a good day, isn't it? You want to come out here? It's real nice today.
Yeah.
The sun's hot.
Unbelievable.
You want to sit down?
Yes, I think so.
There you go.
Okay.
It's been a little bit since we put the GoFundMe out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been about 2 months, I think. First of all, I'm sorry it took so long, this process of getting the money to you, but...
You didn't know. You've never done it before.
No, nothing like this. You know, setting up the trust, it took a while, but I just want to make sure it was done the right way. Since I'm the one that set up this whole fundraiser, I just felt like I had a big responsibility to make sure that the money was safe and it was protected, and that you are the only person that gets to use this money. That was my big thing. I didn't want any family members or friends that haven't talked to you in a really long time come back into your life all of a sudden because you have money. This is your money, and you get to use it for you and nobody else. And so that was the big thing that took a little over a month to get set up. And then last week I was working with GoFundMe, and they have a big long process where they do a ton of different verifications to make sure that the money's going to you and nobody else. And so that took about a week to get verified.
Wow.
And on Friday, last Friday, they said, okay, it's all verified, we're going to transfer the money. And so I brought a couple pieces of paper. Have you seen the GoFundMe yet on the internet?
No.
This is what it looks like right here. And so I set this up, and people could go there and donate, and that was the video of me mowing your lawn last summer. If you look over here, the total amount we've raised is $885,000. And right there, it says 35,300 people made a donation.
Wow.
And so I decided to make the very first donation. I donated $500 to get it kicked off.
Wow.
And then our biggest donation was from somebody that wanted to stay anonymous, and somebody donated $5,000.
Oh, you should be so proud of yourself.
I'm just happy I could do this for you, because you are the most deserving person I can think of. I know you're still thinking about, you know, whether you're going to stay in this house or find a patio home or potentially move to California to be closer to some family. But, you know, here in this next week or two, I want to get some of the smaller things knocked out that you need done. Yeah, so I mean, for sure, I know you said you wanted to get a new bed.
Yes.
Is your bed in pretty bad shape?
The mattress is 50 years old.
I think you need a new mattress for sure.
That's how old it is for sure. It was hot in the 70s.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So that's one thing we're gonna get taken care of today. I've got an appointment at 2:30. They'll deliver everything. They'll set up everything. They'll get rid of that old mattress for you. So we'll make sure that it's all done for you automatically, and you don't have to lift a finger. Besides, go and test out the beds and lay on them and see which one's the softest to you. And then 2 days from now, we've got scheduled to have cleaners come in here and get your house cleaned up, get everything dusted, get the windows cleaned, get everything vacuumed. And then that same morning, we're gonna have a maintenance guy come over, because you've got some windows that need to be either fixed or replaced.
Yep, that one and the one on the back.
I've gotten hundreds, maybe thousands of messages of people wanting an update. So I just kind of want to make sure people had an update.
It's still unbelievable. I still cry, and I just still don't understand, but maybe I'm not supposed to. Never in my life, never in a million years did I think this would happen. Along would come a darling little boy, mow my lawn and help me like this. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
I've been getting to know you pretty well these past 2 months, and I've gotten to know some of your backstory, and you may not feel like you deserve it, but just from getting to know you, I think there couldn't be a better person in the world that we could have all helped out. So
Thank you so much for all of you. It's going to change. It's going to be different. And I just still have some decisions to make. I pray every morning and night that I make the right ones. Being so gifted, it's just phenomenal. And I have all of you to thank. 35,000 people.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. You're making me want to cry right here. I'm trying not to cry, but but it's
Can't help it. You just can't help it. You can't help but cry.
You want me to hold on to that?
Yes, I don't want to ever lose that.
Okay, we'll put it inside somewhere for you to hold on to it.
I'll be buried with it.
Did you say you'd be buried with it? Well, there's a long time before that happens, so.
I've been a little weak lately.
Yeah. You want to keep holding this hand and I can open the door with this hand? All right, let's go see what you got going on here.
It takes me forever to do my dishes. I do them just a quarter at a time.
Is somebody going to get groceries for you, or do you go buy groceries?
I go buy groceries.
And so down here is what's down here?
Basement.
Down here's the basement?
Uh-huh.
And this is where your laundry machine's at, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get down in there.
Well, they all think it is me. I would put my arms up sometimes and swing myself down.
Oh my gosh, Beth.
Oh, yeah. I put my arms up on the side of the walls and swing myself down. Skip 2 or 3 steps.
Do you care if I go down there? But I'll have you.
I don't care.
Okay, I'll have you stay up here. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, this is very steep.
That's what they all said. I never thought anything of it.
And so you've got to come all the way down these stairs.
Yes.
To get to the washer and dryer.
Yes.
And luckily your neighbor does it for you though right now, right?
Right now, uh-huh.
And so he comes by every now and again to come down here and put a load of laundry in?
About once a month.
Let's go check out the rest of your house, because we got a mattress store to get to soon.
Mm-hmm. I'm still looking for my San Francisco sourdough bread, and this is not it.
I'll have to bring you a loaf of sourdough bread. My wife, Mrs. SB, she makes real sourdough bread with starter, and she lets it ferment for like 24 hours.
Wow.
It is good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to get you a loaf.
It can't be beat. It can't be beat. It's so good. Have a glass of white wine with it. Johannesburg Riesling I used to drink with it in San Francisco.
Do you have a hard time getting around this kitchen, or are you afraid that you might trip over something, or?
Oh, I'm always leery of that, but what are you going to do? Unless I stayed here, I would have to have somebody in who knew how to redo all cupboards.
Yeah, or kind of organize stuff to get a little bit more floor space and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go show people what you've got going on in here?
You guys, be nice. Be nice.
Be nice. We're getting her fixed up soon.
Tiny, isn't it? It really is.
Do you think that once you started having more trouble getting around, it was kind of hard keeping up with?
That's probably why. Yeah. Yes.
You don't really have any family here, do you?
No.
Yeah, because that's usually what family's supposed to be around to help. They're supposed to, once you kind of start having trouble with some of that stuff, so you've been kind of getting around by yourself for a while.
Absolutely.
Well,
All this, not for a while, forever.
Really?
since 96.
Well, we've got almost 40,000 people wanting to help you now, so.
Oh,
Can we see your mattress you're currently sleeping on?
oh my
Because that's one of the things I know you want to change out.
Okay, here's where I'm sleeping. It's a queen size bed, and boy did I do wrong. I can't even get around it to make my bed.
So it's got a bunch of dips in it, and then
Oh, bad dips, bad dips. Yes, my back constantly hurts
yeah,
when I get up. You know,
you wake up pretty achy.
pretty achy. Yep.
Are you gonna want to stay with a queen size, you think, for now?
Oh, I would want to go smaller.
Yeah, like a full size maybe. Those are pretty good size too, the full size beds.
Yeah, probably
Do you have trouble getting in and out of your bed?
once in a while.
Because they've got those beds that they can tilt up. I didn't know if you wanted to maybe do something like that.
I don't know, I'd have to see them.
So you want to know the surprise I was going to tell you?
Yeah.
You know how I go around and do people's yards for free? And I make videos out of them and stuff? So I've got businesses that really love what I do, and they want to support me to do that type of work. So I'm able to go, do it free of charge to people that really need it. One of my sponsors, it's a company called BetterHelp. They have an app on your phone and an online service to make therapy like really accessible and easy to use. And you can do it over your phone or over phone call or text messaging.
I've asked every therapist I went to, I would ask them for something like that.
When they saw your video, they just really kind of connected with you and your situation. They reached out to me and they said, hey, we really fell in love with Beth, and we wanted to find a charity in Wichita that helps people that are kind of in your situation. And they want to donate and make free their service for that charity. And so they want to do it in your honor.
Oh boy, would I love that. I love that.
But we've been doing some research on different ones around town because we want to find people that are just like you and that just need a little bit of help or maybe someone to talk to, and give them that help for free.
Oh God. Oh, that would be spectacular.
So I brought my truck and we can drive over to Mattress Hub. You want to go do that right now?
Okay.
Very nice to meet you, man.
Thank you.
How's your day today? Okay. Got a pretty good escort, right?
Excellent.
You've pretty much got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she was talking about Tempur-Pedic earlier.
Yeah,
I was asking her what she wanted to look at. She's like, Tempur-Pedic.
That's what I was intending on showing you, if that's okay.
Oh, yes.
You want to go see that?
Yes.
Tempur-Pedic's pretty close, right over here, over to the left.
Okay.
We'll follow you.
All right, everyone, we made it to Mattress Hub where we set up a meeting with their manager, Dawn, to help Beth pick out a new mattress. And Beth really wanted a Tempur-Pedic, which is also the brand that a lot of doctors recommend, so that's where we started. The beds in the store were a little bit high for Beth, so we had to help her get onto them. But she's incredibly independent. When we were at her house, she showed me how she gets in and out of her bed on her own, and I was honestly impressed. She's also really proud of her little kip-up move, using her momentum to go from lying down to sitting up, and it's clear that she's really determined to stay independent. We've talked quite a bit over the past couple months, and she told me that she used to be super athletic. She'd always be out on the lawn doing things like cartwheels and front handsprings, so adjusting to limited mobility has been a little bit tough for her. So we wanted to find a setup that makes things easier for her while still allowing her to do as much as possible on her own. And the first change that we made was switching her from a queen size bed to a full size. Her current queen barely fits in a room, making it hard for her to access both sides and change the sheets. With a full size, she'll still have plenty of room to sleep in the bed, but we can pull it slightly away from the wall so she can move around it more easily. Then the second and most important change was getting her an adjustable bed base. With that, she can raise and lower both the top and bottom of the bed, helping her find the perfect sleeping position to help kind of relieve her back pain. Plus, she won't have to bend over when putting on new sheets because she can simply lift each corner with the remote and put the sheets right on. Also, speaking of the remote, we made sure that she got one with only the essential buttons, big, simple, and easy to press. So overall, I think this setup is really going to make a huge difference for Beth. just giving her the support she needs while letting her keep as much of her independence as possible. But we did have one more thing we needed to pick out for her new bed, and that was some sheets.
So this is like a soft blended cotton, right?
Okay.
This is your original cotton. This is like a heavier cotton, feel that? And this is bamboo. Remember I told you that had those straps?
Yeah.
This is what goes around your corner. They never come untucked anymore.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, feel that. There's your blended cotton.
Oh, wow. Feel.
Now that's
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah.
Blended cotton is soft. Now this is your bamboo.
Is it made in the USA?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
That's good.
Good.
So do you want to get the bamboo and white?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you want to get any pillows or anything? Any new pillows, or you want to stick with your old ones?
I'll stick with my old.
This is a protector that protects your bed too. It keeps dust mites and
Yeah.
fluid, everything off of it's
Definitely
100%.
want that.
After picking out everything that Beth needed, we took care of the paperwork and we set up a delivery date. The Mattress Hub team was fantastic to work with. They made the whole process smooth and their delivery service was awesome. And I want to give a huge shout out to Don for his patience, kindness, and just for helping us find the perfect setup for Beth. This was a big outing. It took about 3 hours, so by the end of it, Beth was pretty worn out. We got her home so she could rest up because some big changes were coming in just a couple of days. All right, everybody, we're back a couple days later at Beth's house. She was really worn out from that mattress store trip, and so that's all we did that day. We wanted to get some cleaners here, but she has a ton of clutter in there. So we've got a few people coming over to come help kind of organize some stuff and put stuff in boxes and just get her house decluttered. And we've also got somebody coming over that's going to help fix some of the windows and some of the spigots, just some more of the urgent stuff. Beth isn't sure if she wants to move, where she wants to move, so we're just getting some of these necessities out of the way, and yeah, we're gonna get this all taken care of. Stay tuned. I first started working in her basement to organize some stuff and create some space where we can move things that she wanted to keep but she didn't want upstairs anymore. And there was a lot to deal with down here, so I just started by trying to clear off a couple pallets that I found and stack boxes and items nicely up against the back wall. I got here early in the morning and I was working by myself at this point and I was getting a bit overwhelmed, but I knew I had some reinforcements coming, so I just kept chugging along. And just as I was getting finished up with the basement, the handyman got here and started setting up his tools. Beth has 2 windows that have some broken glass, so we wanted to get the glass replaced so that she wasn't leaking a bunch of heat when it's cold or AC when it's hot. Also, we did decide to just replace the glass instead of completely changing the windows because windows can get pretty expensive and Beth isn't sure she's going to be staying here much longer. If she does decide to stay in this house, the windows will probably end up getting changed. But we got that glass fixed, and then we also replaced the trim around the windows with new boards and got a new coat of paint on them. The other thing that Beth was wanting fixed were the faucets around the house, and they actually were just shut a little bit tight and they ended up working just fine, so we didn't have to replace those. The only other thing that we found that the handyman will be coming back for is to fix the garbage disposal. But while the handyman was out working on the windows and faucets, I started in the kitchen because there was a big issue of Beth not being able to organize things on her own once it got into this state. It was a major tripping hazard for her, and there was really just a small path that she had to navigate through anytime she went to the kitchen. So I got started clearing things off and around the table on the left side here so that we could get rid of it and replace it with a shelf that has a lot more space to organize food, dishes, and whatever else Beth needed it for. Luckily, right when I was finishing up with that, my reinforcements arrived. So let me quickly introduce you to Josh and Aisha. Josh has been a good friend of Beth's for quite a while now and wanted to lend a hand to get her to a better spot. He's been one of the only people keeping Beth company the last few years, checking in on her and making sure that he helped her out when she needed it. He's really just one of the only people in Beth's life that she fully trusts. So when he came over, he brought the shelf and went to work with me in the kitchen. We spent quite a bit of time going through tons of food. A lot of it was expired and needed to be thrown out, but we did clear a lot of space where we could start organizing some stuff. I think that a lot of this work isn't only going to be safer for Beth to move around, but it's really going to help her take some weight off of her mentally when she doesn't have to think about how to do it herself. Sometimes I've had some things in my life where I just needed a little bit of help to get past some challenges so that I can keep moving forward. Every now and then that's having someone physically help me with something, but many times it's just talking to my wife or my friends to get their thoughts and opinions on what I'm facing. And I know I mentioned earlier that BetterHelp is donating therapy services to a local charity, but I did want to encourage anyone out there that is listening to this and that may be facing something to go talk to someone about it, whether it's friends, family, or a therapist, because a lot of times it may feel like we're just alone in this world when there are truly many people willing to help. And speaking of people willing to help, this is Aja, who's a friend of Josh's, and she came over to help and got to work deep cleaning Beth's bathroom. And when I say deep clean, this girl got the brushes out and scrubbed every surface in this bathroom. She got the toilet, shower, sink, and mirror looking awesome again, and then made sure to get all of Beth's toiletries organized and easy to find and use. Once she got finished in the bathroom, she came to help finish up the kitchen because I had some prior commitments and had to leave for a couple hours. So they got most of everything else finished before calling it a day. I did end up coming back that evening to help Beth get a jump start on her dishes and to get everything vacuumed up and looking new again. Also, Beth wanted to help get everything put away so that she knew where everything lived now. And I really wanted to give a big thank you to Aja and especially Josh. Josh has been a huge help behind the scenes, and I can tell that he truly cares about Beth and wants her to be as comfortable as possible. So be sure to leave some comments down below thanking Josh for the help. He's not one to accept a lot of praise, but he definitely deserves it. Anyways, after I got finished with the kitchen that evening, I had some parting words with Beth, and we are scheduling a time to come back and get her living room back in shape as well.
I swear it looks better than when I first moved in, to tell you the truth. And you are such a help. You guys, look at this. It's just unreal. So much space again. I don't know what else to say except thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Pray for you. The whole thing. That's just wonderful. Best people in the world right here.
I'm glad we could help you out, Beth. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Everything that you just saw has been happening over the past month and a half. Unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago, Beth did have some health complications that landed her in the hospital. Luckily, Josh has been right by her side the entire time, and she's doing a lot better now. So thank you so much to everybody that prayed for her when I put out that post requesting them. But anyways, there were 2 things that happened that aren't included in this video. We got Beth a Life Alert necklace, and we also added some security around her home. This way, she's always got help in case of an emergency at just the click of a button, and it overall just really helps to preserve her independent lifestyle. Also, I will be putting out one more update video sometime in the next month or 2 of Beth putting all this donation money to use. She's still thinking about the big decision whether to stay in this house to get a single level patio home here in Wichita, or to move to California to be closer to family. But we told her that whatever she decides on, Josh and I are gonna be there to support her and help her in that process. Anyways, I really wanted to end this video with a huge thank you to every single person watching. When I started this GoFundMe, I was hoping to raise just a little bit of money to fix some things around Beth's house. But this community really came together and really showed up for Beth. And this whole journey has really inspired me to do more, so I've got a cool surprise coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Friday. SB Mowing, out!